The camera sweeps over the vast open plains, a golden sunrise breaking across rugged mountains and endless stretches of desert. Dust rises from the dry earth as the wind pushes through abandoned barns and old wooden fences. Cows graze in silence near a creek that glistens under the early light. This is a land that has seen generations of settlers, outlaws, and fighters, each leaving their mark on the soil. The scent of earth and leather seems almost tangible, and the quiet is both calming and threatening at the same time. Every rock, every tree, every small structure tells a story. A wagon wheel lies broken beside a weathered barn, hinting at struggles. Long past and distant silhouettes of horses move slowly across the horizon. The world of Blood Aces is one where the natural beauty of the land hides danger lurking beneath. In the small town at the edge of the valley, life moves cautiously. The saloon doors swing in the wind, creaking with every gust, as if warning travelers to be careful of who they trust. Horses paw at the ground outside, anxious, their riders unseen, leaving only dust trails that fade into the distance. A blacksmith works in the dim light of his shop, hammering metal with a rhythm that echoes across the street. Every clang sounds like a warning. Power must be earned, strength must be proven, and weakness is exploited. Shops are shuttered, windows dusty, signs faded with time, giving the town an almost ghostly feeling. Yet activity hums under the surface. Traders move quickly, eyes scanning every corner. Every face, every movement, every shadow carries weight. The sky shifts as clouds gather, casting dark shadows over the valley. Thunder rumbles far away, distant but growing louder. The land feels alive, as if it is aware of the coming storm. In the background, the mountains rise like silent sentinels, jagged peaks that have witnessed countless battles and betrayals. Rivers carve deep paths through the terrain, reflecting the sky's changing moods. This land is unforgiving. A single misstep can lead to disaster. Roads twist through canyons and over ridges, and travelers must navigate not only the landscape, but the unseen threats that lurk in every corner. Bandits, outlaws, and those seeking revenge make the roads dangerous, and whispers of the Blood Aces reach far beyond the valley, spreading fear and anticipation. At night, the world transforms. Fires burn in the open, casting flickering light over the campgrounds where cowboys rest, wary eyes scanning the darkness. Wolves howl in the distance, echoing across the plains as coyotes skirt the edges of the camps. Lanterns glow in windows of the saloon, revealing fleeting glimpses of men counting cards, handling guns, or whispering secrets. The night carries tension in every shadow. Silence is broken only by the crackling of fire and the occasional distant gunshot, signaling that someone's power is being challenged. Here, under the stars, the land feels infinite and dangerous all at once. Every movement in the dark can mean opportunity or threat. Every decision can ignite a chain of events that cannot be controlled. The Blood Aces thrive in this world, knowing that control belongs to those willing to take it and willing to bleed for it. The first section closes with a sense of anticipation. The camera lingers over the hills and valleys, catching the slow movement of horses, the glint of a distant rifle, and the faint trace of smoke rising from a far-off camp. The landscape is vast, beautiful, and deadly. The world of Blood Aces is unforgiving, and only the strongest survive. The stage is set, the tension is thick, and the game is just beginning. Every step, every breath, every glance matters. Power. Here is a dangerous card to play, and the Blood Aces are ready to claim it. The wind carries a sharp scent of gunpowder and dust. As the first hints of movement stir across the valley, silhouettes emerge on horseback, riding along the ridges where the sun casts long, golden shadows over the rugged terrain. Each horse's hooves pound the earth with a rhythm that feels like a warning. There is purpose in every step, precision in every motion. These are no ordinary travelers. The Blood Aces move as a unit, silent yet commanding, their presence felt before it is fully seen. Dust swirls around their boots, trails of grit rising behind them as though the land itself bends to mark their path. Inside the town, life pulses with a quiet tension. Doors creak open and shut. Small figures dart across alleyways, and the faint metallic glint of revolvers tucked beneath coats catches the light. Horses stamp impatiently outside the saloon, tails flicking against the heat. Hooves digging into the parched earth. Cards shuffle across tables inside, hands hover over guns. And the murmurs of deals being made are punctuated by the occasional sharp laughter. That dies just as quickly as it comes. Every movement is watched, every glance cataloged, and every decision measured. The blood aces have arrived, and even their presence alone shifts the balance of power. Along the edges of the valley, outlaws and rivals sense the approach. Shadows flicker in abandoned buildings, eyes peering through broken windows, fingers brushing against triggers hidden beneath dust-covered cloths. The tension grows in waves. Invisible yet heavy, every horseman, every silhouette in the distance becomes a threat. The camera pans over a rocky cliff where a lone figure crouches, scanning the horizon, and the glint of sunlight off a knife hints at the danger that waits for any misstep. The blood aces are not just entering the land, they are claiming it, staking territory with quiet menace and calculated force. The wind shifts again, carrying the faint sounds of gunfire from a distant ridge. Echoes of conflict ripple through the hills, warning that control here is contested. The blood aces riders slow, scanning the valley below, their silhouettes framed against the rising smoke. From skirmishes unseen but heard, every step, every movement feels deliberate, measured, almost ritualistic. This is a game of strategy as much as of strength. Cards are laid, alliances are tested, and every action carries consequences. The land itself seems to react to their presence sway as if whispering secrets. The dust dances in spirals, and the distant howl of a coyote punctuates the tension like a clock counting down. Night begins to descend over the valley, turning the golden plains into dark swathes of shadow. Fires burn in small camps along the edges of the town, revealing fleeting glimpses of faces obscured by hats, guns resting nearby, and poker chips clinking on tables. The blood aces move with an almost predatory calm, circling the town from the ridges, observing, calculating. The air is thick with anticipation, and silence carries more weight than words ever could. Even the stars above seem distant, cold, as if bearing witness to the battles and betrayals that are about to unfold. The first confrontations are hinted at in flashes, a horse rearing, a fist slamming onto wood, a gun slowly lifted from its holster. Every second builds toward inevitability. By the time darkness fully blankets the valley, the blood aces' presence has shifted everything. Their shadows stretch long across the streets and hills, marking territory before a single word is spoken. Their reputation travels faster than they do, whispered in alleys and across tables. They are unseen yet impossible to ignore. Every step into town is calculated, every move deliberate, and every action promises consequences. In this world, the weak do not survive. The strong do, but not without cost. The blood aces are no longer a rumor, they are the force that will shape the valley, the lawless land, and the hearts of those daring enough to oppose them. The night deepens, and the valley seems to hold its breath. Lanterns flicker along the streets of the town, casting long, jagged shadows that stretch across wooden planks and dusty roads. The blood aces move through the darkness like ghosts, boots silent, horses barely making a sound as they circle the town from every ridge and path. Every step, every turn is measured, a careful dance of threat and strategy. Somewhere in the distance, a wolf howls, and the sound echoes off the cliffs, punctuating the growing unease that settles over the town like a storm cloud. Smoke drifts, lazily from chimneys, curling in the cold night air, carrying with it the scent of burning wood and gunpowder. Inside the saloon, the clinking of glasses and shuffling of cards is tense, nervous. The atmosphere is thick with suspicion. Every glance at a stranger could mean life or death. Hands hover over guns, knuckles white, ready to strike at the first sign of betrayal. Outside, shadows stretch across the walls, hinting at movements, unseen but deeply felt. The Blood Aces are not just priests, they are the pulse of the town, and everyone senses it. Even those hiding in the corners, eyes peering through cracks in doors or windows, feel the shift in power before it fully arrives. The valley itself seems alive with tension. The wind rustles through tall grasses and over rocks, carrying whispers of past conflicts, of grudges held for decades. Horses shift nervously in the distance, and the faint sound of a gun being cocked echoes across the plains. The Blood Aces advance methodically, their every motion radiating quiet menace.